Hi you guys, it's me, Kathy, Mrs. HANDYRU. I hope you guys are doing really well today. I'm doing pretty good. I sound like Janine, don't I? I didn't mean to copy her. Janine Morigeau, M-O-R-I-G-E-A-U if you're new. And look at tarotbyjanine.com and subscribe. So anyway, I wanted to let you know that there's not just big FFs, false flappy things happening, you know, the false and then the word F-L-A-G-S happening that are like really big on the news, you know, and things like that. It's happening locally. So believe it or not, in my little town, we had a huge FF. My little town in New Hampshire. It was unreal, because it was unreal. Sirens were going off, like every department from every town nearby were coming. It just was huge. Very, very loud. I'm in a town, I don't even think we're 2,500 people. Okay? Okay. Well, you're going to find out the town, but whatever. I don't care. I'm going to be on the Truth Tour because Tom Numbers said he was going to give me part of his time to talk. So I'm not like an official listed person on the Truth Tour, but I'll get part of Tom's time in Boston. And I think it's October 9th. So if you guys want to come, I'd appreciate the support, you know. And Mr. Handy will be there. So I hope somebody can come. That would be so cool. And let's see. So the town I'm in, I'm just going to tell you. I'm in a little tiny town that I used to live 2 towns away, and I didn't know my town existed. That's how small it is. I didn't even know anything about this little town. But then I moved here. So nobody knows about this town. We had a huge FF. And it's Rollinsford. R-O-L-L-I-N-S-F-O-R-D. You can look it up. Look up the news stories yourself. And it's hysterical. The whole thing is hysterical. As soon as I saw the article pop up on my local news, I said, oh, that's not real. And I decoded it. I decoded the whole thing. So I think you guys should decode things that happen near you. It doesn't matter if you're in a little town or a city. Just decode it and you're going to find out almost everything is fake. I mean, I think some of the murders we've read about that, you know, had long, drawn out trials and it was on the news every night and that kind of thing. Oh, this father da-da-da-da-da did something. You know, I won't say it. And everybody would be so upset and they'd be glued to the screen. I think they're fake. I don't think these things happened. You know, in general, I'm sure, you know, bad things happen, but I think a lot of them are not real. So, okay, let's see. Oh, and the other thing I want to tell you is, you know how the bad guys had their kind of people that were MK Ultra kind of people or whatever. Juan said they were on every block. That's how he put it. On every block, there would be somebody, like almost like a little time bomb ready to go off. Well, I think they're gone. I really do. I don't think we're waiting for the big roundup. I mean, I can be wrong, obviously, but I don't, like I said in the last video, I don't think that's happening because from decoding 1, it sounded like it is finished. Like in the Bible, it is finished, you know, taking it in another meaning. So, like it's history, it's over. Okay, so anyway, so I said that about the bad guys. Well, my thought is, our people have been planning this for a very long time, are the good guys. Likely on every block, we have good guys. And they've been in the community. They've been going to, the kids have been going to school. You know, there's people all over the place in your city, in your town. That's my thought. But they're not mind controlled. They're just planted there to do like their role, like for these FFs and things like that. So that, because, okay, I'm going to come up on this at some point, but like 4 passed away in a 2-car collision in my little town. And that's where all the sirens were, and it was such a huge commotion. So I did it on one of the names. I'm sure I'll get to it in my other notes, but so I did it on one of the names, and it equaled John F. Kennedy Jr. So that's not a coincidence, right? So, you guys, this is so fun. Have fun. Have fun with this stuff. So, yeah, and I've got another one here where it was in the town, a little town where well, I can't say anything about family, but anyway, it's a town probably 10 miles from here, and it's a small town, and there were FFs, there was a big FF there. So, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So this is a quote from a recent article about the 4 dead in the 2-car crash in Rollinsford, New Hampshire. So this one guy, there was a little video clip in the article, and it's this guy. It was bad acting. I gotta tell you, if you're seeing it, buddy, I'm sorry, but it was bad acting. And he said he was distraught, you know, and he's like, half of my family are gone. And I think I did it better right there. And it was 233. And that equals John Fitzgerald Kennedy. So we have that again. This, you know, right off the bat, we have John Fitzgerald Kennedy, 233. Supposedly, this happened on September 4th, 2022, in case you're from the future. And I'm sorry, I just can't believe this stuff. We have a newspaper that's shrunk down to almost nothing, and it's called Foster's Daily Democrat, and it was an article from them. And let's see, it was updated. I won't give you all those details, but so there was Gavin Sorge, I don't know how to say it, Sorge, SR for senior. So we've got a senior in there. And we lost our worlds, he said. It was another thing he said in the video. And that equals 239. We lost our worlds. The devil is in the details, matches, and sorry, not sorry, matches. Oh my gosh. And he said, let's see, something like, this didn't make a lot of sense, but it's coming right back, you know, coming right back. Whatever. He said that. Coming right back equals 140. The living one, living, run the play, matches. Let's see. Yeah, I said half. Oh, okay. I did the first part. Half of my family are gone in the blink of an eye. And then he said inconceivable. And it made me think of the Princess Bride movie. And, you know, one of the little characters in there said inconceivable all the time. And then he took the poison and he was knocked out. Another poison reference, right? And inconceivable is 114, and that is JFK and Jr. spelled out. So JFK Jr. is inconceivable, which was in the little video clip. And he said they weren't planning to be gone long. And then the museum where one of these people supposed to have worked, and probably did work there, you know, it was planted there, issued a statement about the terrible loss and grieving his death. He had just joined them in the spring. He was a joy. And Since the age of 9, and 9 is the most high number, so 9 is a key number to look out for. And they were referring to Sorge Jr., who was the one that passed on. Since the age of 9, he was all about acting and singing. And the museum was called Mona, but I don't know if I decoded Mona. No, M-O-N-A. I didn't do that one. So the headline was, 4 dead in Rollinsford, New Hampshire crash after SUV allegedly crosses into oncoming traffic. And they mention a 2014 Subaru Forester. And oh, I didn't decode that one. Okay. And they mentioned Kyle McGowan, 33, of Kennebunk, Maine. And it was a 2010 Dodge Caravan. And let's see, Dodge Caravan is 58. No, wait. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I have it listed differently than coding numbers. So the 3 people who I've got listed here, I've got the ages. Peter Ronchi, R-O-N-C-H-I, 58, and Gavin Sorge Jr., 22, and Sean Kems. They pick names you can't even say. And the reason they pick these weird names is so that you can't like go look them up easily because you can't remember how it's spelled. And I mean, look at these names. R-O-N-C-H-I, Sean, K-A-M-S-Z-I-K, and he's 23. They're supposed to be from Berwick, Maine. Okay, so what is the next one I've got? I'm sorry. Oh, and it happened on Portland Avenue. That's 168, and it equals "You are safe now." And Great American Comeback. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. So I'll just read a little bit of it. Let's see. Oh, and let's see. Rollinsford, New Hampshire on Sunday, 9/4, 2022. The Rollinsford Police Department and Fire Department and York Ambulance responded to Portland Avenue in the area of Toll Road. Toll Road is 97, and it equals "Don't Kill U.S. Army Story." Okay, and I think I have it in here somewhere else, but the Army, all our military is in control of everything. They're running the police department when they need them to do certain things. That they're not working on their own. Ever since January 6th, we were under, what do you call it? The Insurrection Act. That's when the military is in control. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. So, okay. Let's see. Portland Avenue. I already told you. Oh, Story, U.S. Army, Don't Kill, Letter Q, and Donald John. All that matches Toll Road at 97. Let's see. The Stratford County Regional Accident Reconstruction Team responded to the scene. I didn't try to do that one. And New Hampshire Office of the Chief Medical Examiner and New Hampshire Fire Marshal's Office. All these people are involved. Think about that. How many offices and how many people are involved? And in the old days, it would be the bad guys running these things. Now, it's our people running these things. I don't want to read more about the article. So, it was a 2014 Subaru Forester was one of the 2 cars. So, it's 2014, obviously, but like I just said it, usually you say 2014, right? Well, write out 20 and 14 in gematrix.org, and I keep forgetting lately to say, A equals 1 through Z equals 26, and that's gematria or gematria, and I use gematrix.org, and enter your phrase or word or the capital letters from a paragraph or something like that in gematrix.org in the search bar, and just hit calculate gematria, and it will come up with 3 choices. It will say Jewish, English, or simple. That will be the choices. So the next thing you do is hit simple, and it will come up with a bunch of matches. All of the matches equal the same number or the value of what you put in. So if it's worth 192, if what you entered is worth 192, which it will tell you underneath the number that it's worth, it will come up with a whole bunch of 192 matches. And then you listen to the Holy Spirit or whatever you want to call it inside of you, and you look at it. I don't look at a lot of pages because it takes too long for one thing. And you just write down in your phone or on notes, like I'm always doing notes, and it starts to tell you a story about what you're working on. And you'll start to see what you're supposed to see from that decoding. It's called decode. It's Bible coding or decoding. Anyway, back to what I was saying. 2014, the value is 211. So if you entered it in gematrix.org, you'd see, 20 and 14 put together is 211. And then when you do simple, you hit simple as your choice, it will come up with a lot of different words and phrases that are the same value. They will all equal 211 in this case. So 2014 for that Subaru is all the world is a stage. 17 plus 1, which is 18, R, right? R, I can't even say it. Our, R, anon. Let's see. Alan Harrow Parrott. And have you ever noticed that for one thing, that Alan Harrow Parrott is the guy that was supposed to be undercover CIA double agent who was a falconer, and he was supposedly working undercover in Afghanistan and Saudi Arabia and all that, and he was showing how the cabal would smuggle falcons and all that. And there's a movie out there, I think I saw it on Vimeo about that, and I'm sorry I can't remember that. Something about a feather. I can't remember, but it was Junior in that little movie. It was about an hour long, and it was supposed to be like, and he was supposedly from a town near me, right across the border in Maine, like a few minutes, and he was supposed to be from that town. And none of the people, his family was interviewed on this little documentary, and they didn't have a Maine accent. He didn't have a Maine accent. His family would, at least. I mean, supposedly he'd been away in the Middle East, but his family lived there, supposedly. Nobody had a Maine accent, and that's a distinctive accent. And so that was Junior in that little movie as Alan Harrow Parrott, and there's all double letters in there. And that's a reference to his twin, President Kennedy. So remember, Joseph Patrick Kennedy Jr. died in World War II, came back as JFK Jr., and his name was Joe. So that's why you get twins a lot. And, when you do decoding, you see things about twins and doubles and twin candlesticks and things like that. But Alan has 2 L's, it's Harrow 2 R's, and Parrott 2 R's. And then there's an O in Harrow and an O in Parrott. I mean, it's so obvious. And there's 2, there's Jackie and Diana, they're twins. So anyway, all that matched 2014. And I noticed, I don't usually do Jewish gematria, decoding gematria, but I couldn't, it just flashed by, and I noticed it. And that was, I can't read my chicken scratching, but it's 2031, I think, or it might be a 7. And no, 2031, and it equals JFK Jr. alive and award-winning and keep pretending because it's working. All that matched in Jewish gematria, so I couldn't miss that one. So Subaru is 82, and it equals soldier, rangers, and live free, like live free. And our state motto here in New Hampshire on our license plate, it says live free or die. That's our motto, and live free matches Subaru. They're alive. Nobody died. And another one that matched Subaru is where am I? And find me. I'm over here. I'm not like down under the ground or anything. So Subaru Forester is 188, and that equals my whole name. My whole name. That's 188. It also matches my street name, which that won't go into, but that was cool. I feel like that was for me. You know, they probably know that they know who's looking at this stuff, and they know who's doing coding. So maybe they match things up. I know President Trump has done things that I've felt like were for me. And Dodge Caravan is 95, and it equals sorry and disaster and be not afraid. Isn't that fun? So I probably don't need to go into all these, but okay, well, a little more. It's fun. Peter Ronchi is, let's see, Peter is die fast, and it matches Boo Boo. I got a Boo Boo. It equals chosen, movie, I am awake, all clear. I like that. Let's see. And Ronchi, his last name, I don't know how to say that, but it's 67. It equals evidence, cheating, like it's not real, hurt, and onion, like to help somebody cry. I thought that was good. But his whole name together, Peter Ronchi, is 131, like I think I said earlier. It's John F. Kennedy and Don J. Trump. And now you die, which is a phrase that people say, right? Now you die. Like, that's one of those little catchphrases that they put out in media or whatever, and everybody gets a hold of it because they put it out there enough that it becomes one of those things that we say. Now you die, or poof, you die. And 131, besides John F. Kennedy, is ridiculous, comeback, deceive. Let's see, we've got, no, I'm sorry. Now you die and ridiculous. And Gavin is, that's another name I'm working on. 53, matches a family member, which is interesting. And Mirage, deceive. And let's see. Sorge is movie. JR is bleed. JR is 28, bleed. Let's see. Let's see. How many more do I want to do? Not too many. Let's see. Oh, and the guy involved in Lieutenant William Hancock was involved in all this. It's 166. It equals Donald Trump and next to it JR, like all in one line. Donald Trump along with JR. That's 166. And to be or not to be, and Trump Kennedy. All that matches Lieutenant William Hancock, LT, like LT. And Hancock is 55, and that equals JFK JR, and it matches Lady DI, Lady Di. Yeah, oh yeah, and our population, I did write it down. It's 2597 as of 2010. What do you think? Isn't that hysterical? I just can't believe it. Well, I know I do. I mean, of course I believe it. Let's see, how much more? How much more do I want to bore you with? Oh, and remember when the guy said in the little video clip, he said he was a joy. Or maybe the museum said that. One of them said that. And it's 107, a special joke, and here's a hint, and eternal life matches. Oh, yeah, I did do the museum name. Mona, well, it's MONA, you know, the acronym for this museum. And it's in a little town it's a small city that I love to go to. It's Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And anyway, MONA is 43, and it equals RIP for rest in peace. It equals false, and it equals cast, like a movie cast. Isn't that cool? Okay, and the other day, Mr. Handy and I were out riding around. We visited a little bit, and we just were having a good old time. As we were trying to come back home in Durham, New Hampshire, Durham, we were coming back on Route 108, and it's not a highway by any means. There's hardly any highways in New Hampshire. And we were coming back, and there was a police barricade on the road going north. And immediately I was like, oh no, I hope they're okay. And I said a little prayer, kind of like, I hope nobody died or whatever. So we turned around and we went back a different way on a little back road. And then I read in Foster's Daily Democrat again, 2 UNH students struck by car while walking in Durham, hospitalized with injuries. And after what I had already decoded, I thought, okay, wait a minute. Did this really happen? And it was, I think it was Parents' Weekend here, because I saw so many parents around with the students were like looking down at their feet, and their parents were walking with them, they were embarrassed. So I think it was Parents' Weekend. And so they said 2 18-year-olds, and of course 18 is R, walking on Newmarket Road. Okay. And there was Dante DiStefano, Distefano, and of Waltham, Massachusetts. Dante equals 44, equals I am hidden, and big lie. DiStefano is 89, use brain, clear as day, disappear, secrets, Delta Force, because I'm thinking the military, it's like a nod to the military controlling all these scenarios. And so then I did the whole name, Dante DiStefano, 133. Not coincidence, false reality, simulation, on and on and on. Is that John F. Kennedy? I think it is. Did I not write that down? And Big Bang Theory, and they were supposedly hit by a car. And there's supposedly like a whole bunch of them walking. I don't remember where I wrote it, but like maybe 8 kids walking on the road, something like that. Okay, Waltham. They don't choose these things by accident, these names and places and street names. Waltham is 78, and it's Kennedy. And Hidden One. Sorry about my phone. Okay, then I had Massachusetts. A lot of double letters in there again. And it's 168. You are safe now. Lived in disguise, like the folks planted all around by the good guys. Lived in disguise. Great American Comeback, and John Trump. Let's see. Then we had Colton. These names, they pick these names so you can't even remember. You can't even repeat the name, because you're not sure how to spell it or say it or anything. Colton, Rubbbicco. And in Colton, you've got 2 O's. You have an O and whatever it is, Rubbbicco. And what else? So you got 3 C's, 3 O's, and 2 B's. So that's another nod to the twin situation going on. And Massachusetts. Okay, Topsfield, Massachusetts. Massachusetts has got what? 2 S's and 2 T's. So, and 2 A's. Let's see, Colton is 79. It equals healthy, laughing, fear not, and black ops. All that equals 79, black ops. Rubico is 73. It equals 18, our junior. And goodbye, pulse, and I'm saved. You put Col, I don't know. I really beat these things to death, you guys. I'm sorry, but when I'm in the middle of it, I get so excited. I do it every which way. And another reason to do it every which way is to make sure you're right, you know? So Colton Rubico is 152, and it's the master plan. It's time to go. And I will be back soon. And twin souls. Remember all the double letters? And my brother is John Sr., President Kennedy. Topsfield was the town for this person. It's 106. He is risen, stay at home, and they live. So let's see, Topsfield, Massachusetts which isn't that far from here either, because I'm in southern New Hampshire, 274, and it's the greatest show on earth. And another one, she got paid for her services. So of course this was a man we're talking about, but regardless, she got paid for her services is significant. And another match to 274, you'll find the truth here. So let's see. And there's a spokesperson for Portsmouth Hospital, which we've visited enough times in our family's life. Portsmouth Hospital was Ellen Miller, and her name is 117. It equals, I'm sorry, on the move, like moving around. And that's something George News posted ages and ages ago, on the move. I've already talked about. Faked own death. Okay, so Ellen Miller, 117, faked own death. Talking about what really happened. And I will speak, like the person's not dead. And Ellen Miller's the spokeswoman. And anyway, Portsmouth Hospital is 265. Equals absolutely nothing at all is a match. And it equals, so the hospital name equals low down, underhanded trick. Oh my goodness. And of course they said it was a 78-year-old man. They're always picking out older people driving a 2011 Nissan Rogue. Of course, Rogue sounds like, you know, off the charts, you know, like a rogue individual. 78-year-old man, right? 78 is Kennedy. And if you spell 78, it's John F. Kennedy, Jr. So if you spell that out, you get that. Then they mention Exeter, because supposedly this man was from Exeter, and it equals 77. The big lie, troll, and wrong. So I know I'm going on too long about this, but I had way too much fun because this was local, and I ran into the barricade, you know, so I just had a lot of fun with this. Newmarket Road. It was called 108, but the local name is Newmarket Road. It's 148. It equals Donald J. Trump. And if you just say Newmarket, which is the town, it's 110. It's martial law. So the military's been running all this, right? And that makes sense. It just makes sense. And let's see. Okay. Newmarket 110 also equals just us laughing hard and to tell the truth. No, wait, I'm sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. Laughing hard and ears to hear. Oh my gosh. Newmarket. Oh, more in Newmarket Road, 148. God forgive us. Yeah, so that wasn't much more, but it's just funny. And they said this happened where this old man, not old, you know, but it's man, hit all these, you know, two of the students out of this huge group that was just happening to walk down Newmarket Road. There's no reason a huge amount of students would be walking down that road, for one thing. It wouldn't happen. There's not apartments down there. There's nothing going on that they would be walking to. Stupid. So, stupid on purpose, right? So supposedly it happened between Laurel Lane, so we got the L's, we got the A's, so we got the doubles again, and Bennett Road, we got doubles in there again, we got two N's, two T's, I mean, yeah, and two E's. We got doubles everywhere, double letters for the twins. So Laurel Lane is a 101, Immortal, Mr. Robot, like not real bodies, maybe somebody had fake bodies out there so that some other people would see it. I don't know about that. And Soldiers matches 101. Let's see. So Bennett Road, what did I do? I did do Bennett Road, didn't I? It's 118 and it equals the awakening, like they're awake, and conscious, controlled, like it's all controlled. The twins. I mean, how many double letters have we seen in all these names and street names and everything? The twins, they're twins. And it says, according to Chief David Holmstock, Holmstock, of the Durham Police Department. Durham's a little town. I mean, it's got the biggest university in the state, but that's still not that big. I think the university might be 10,000 or so, maybe more. But, you know, off season, you know, like when they're not here in the summer, it's just a little town. It's just a small town. But anyway, Chief David Holmstock of the Durham Police, and I also noticed that it's Holmes, like our Sherlock Holmes with Greg Wagland on Magpie Radio. He does Sherlock Holmes, right? And he's junior, and he's probably senior at JFK, taking turns. I hope you listen to that because you'll get all kinds of stuff from that. So Chief David Holmstock is 187, equals nothing to see here, and use your brains, whatever it takes. And the fun apocalypse, right? Like, what is it? Apocalypse means uncovering, I think is what it means. The fun apocalypse. We'll let you know all this stuff at some point that none of this was real. I don't know when. And 187 for Chief David Holmstock is, can you keep a secret? And learn to read gematria. So that's pretty fun. And if you don't put Chief on his name and you just say David Holmstock, it's 156. And it also reminds me, besides Sherlock Holmes with Magpie Radio, it reminds me of their stock from home, right? They're here. They're part of our people, like our stock. We put them out in the public, you know, to live and see everybody and get involved in the community and everything. So if David Holmstock 156, and it's as real as it gets. And well, I wonder. And 156, all roads lead to Q. And a 187 in police lingo means a homicide. Okay, so Chief David Holmstock is 187. Isn't that funny? So that's I just love you guys that are planning all this. I don't know if the Durham police will see this or if anybody will even bother to tell them, but I hope somebody does. And our police department is so small. I mean, when Mr. Handy's had emergencies, medical things happen, they come, you know, as they usually show up first. I mean, I could walk to the police department and they'll show up first to make sure, see if there's anything they can do till the ambulance comes. And so we're usually talking and everything like, oh yeah, he'll be fine. And, you know, the ambulance will come and the policeman and I are just chit-chatting and it's funny. I'm sorry. Anyway, so anyway, I thought you guys would like that, and hopefully that wasn't too long, like my last one. And reminder, yeah, I already told you about Truth Social and Telegram, right? Did I say that in the beginning? I don't remember. I get so involved, I can't remember what I said in the beginning. But in case I didn't tell you, on Telegram, I'm Real Mrs. HandyRU and Mrs. HandyRU Chit Chat, where you can post what you want and talk to people. And I'm on Truth Social, and that's Mrs. HandyRU. That's it. And thank you if you do any donations, Mr. Handy, and I appreciate that very much. We really do, even if it's like 50 cents or a quarter. I mean, if everybody donated 50 cents, I'd be so excited. And yeah. So, and also reminder again about the Truth Tour in Boston. And Tom, I don't have the schedule to link right now, but Tom has it listed under, I wish I had this myself more organized, but Tom had an interview with the organizer of this tour on Psych Club. And let's see, it was Lewis. So it's an interview Tom did with Lewis, Herms. So if you search for Psych Club and then that guy's name, Lewis, Lewis, Herms, he has under the description, he has the link so you can get tickets. So anyway, I hope somebody comes. I hope one of you guys comes. I think at least one person's coming. So that's cool. Anyway, I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Take care of each other. Bye.